Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls. So, I did a little bit of off-screen grinding between the last video and this one. You kind of saw a hint of that at the end of that last video, I guess. Most notably, I was after some green titanite to upgrade a new weapon, or a couple of new weapons actually, and I was after a whole bunch of humanity, because we're going to need to use 30 humanity where we're going. We're going to need 30 humanity up in our counter up in the top left corner there. So, yeah, basically, I'm swapping out our divine and occult weapons that we were using, the mace and the longsword, for two slightly beefier swords. So I'm now going to be using a, let's see, a divine bastard sword and an occult claymore. They do much more damage than we were doing previously. They also have slightly different movesets, so that's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But no big deal. So, we're officially in what I consider to be the second half of the game. I don't know if it's actually half the content of the game or not, but you know, in the beginning, so you have to escape the tutorial level, and then you go through a couple of other things. So you go through the two bells of awakening, one up in the bell tower atop the undead parish, and then another one down in the bottom where we're headed now in Blighttown. Down here in this nasty little swamp area underground. So we got those, and then you have to get the Lord Vessel. That was kind of our third task, is to go to Anor Londo and get the Lord Vessel. Now, in the second half, we need to find a handful of unique, like, mega powerful souls to fill the Lord Vessel with. That's what we're after at this point. So, we're going to be going through a bunch of new areas. Here I'm showing off our Divine Bastard Sword. Ooh. A nasty hit there. Also, creatures are going to be dropping items pretty regularly. I have more than 10 humanity. 10 is kind of the limit. That boosts your item discovery. So, enemies have a much higher chance of dropping items when you have 10 humanity. I also have the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring on. Similarly, that boosts your rate of finding items. Look at that. That was a pretty powerful critical hit there. I was using these in my quest for finding additional humanity, and also for finding the green titanite I needed to make these divine weapons. So yeah, we're gonna head back down. Clearly we're going through Blighttown, our favorite place in the whole world. Boy, don't we love just seeing Blighttown again. Now we're going to head back over to where we defeated the boss of this area and run through her lair again. We need to get to the other side. That is where we're going to end up, that's where we're going to find the Demon Ruins, I believe it's called, and then Lost Izalith. Lost Izalith is where the Chaos Witch is, or the Bed of Chaos, and that is a creature that has a divine soul, like one of the soul pieces we're after. I'm not actually planning on doing all of that I just mentioned. I'm going to do a little bit. There's a little bit of stuff that we want to do there. There is an item that I'm after, and that is really my goal here. I want to get an item. It will help us get through the Tomb of Giants, which I think I've posted video of me failing to go through that. It's the area in total darkness just past the catacombs. So that's the goal. We're after an item that will... Oh, I gotta remember to change rings here. We're after an item that will let us navigate the Tomb of Giants with greater ease. And that's pretty much it. That's the most important thing. We can fast travel, but that requires certain bonfires. Like you can only travel to and you can travel from any bonfire, but you can only travel to a very specific set of bonfires. So that's why we had to take the long way down here. We don't have any fast travel points. I'm also going to remedy that and get us a fast travel point up here. We got poison running through the swamp, but I have enough health. I'm not terribly concerned. And I'm also going to use some humanity to restore health when it gets low. So that'll all just work out fine, because I do need to have 2 more humanity, what we're after here. So Covenant ahead, that sign that we just passed is a good indicator of what's to come. We are actually going to join a Covenant. There's one up here. It's not a PvP Covenant, it's a pyromancy Covenant, so they sell and you can obtain lots of very powerful pyromancies here. It's a very interesting Covenant in that it's based on humanity. So humanity is the item that you need to upgrade your standing in the Covenant. See, and there's a little hint here. Illusory wall ahead. You gotta be careful. Yeah, there's an NPC. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure that he was pretty far back. Now, I forget exactly what we need to do. I think we can just talk to him and he'll let us pass. Are we a new servant? Yes.
But you have no eggs. No matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady.
I was wondering if the lack of eggs
mind your manners.
was going to be an issue. It wasn't. Alright, so we are going to abandon our Warrior of Sunlight Covenant, which is unfortunate. But kind of a necessity for where we're going. So there is a bonfire here. I believe we can warp to this bonfire now that we've used it, so that is quite fantastic. That'll help us out a lot for getting to where we need to go next. Now, this is another one of those creepy chaos spider witch things, like the boss that we fought here. This is actually her sister. They're sisters. She counts as a firekeeper, so we could reinforce our Estus Flask if we had another firekeeper soul, which we don't. So that's not a big deal. But we can also enter a covenant here. And doing this we will abandon our Sunlight Warrior Covenant, which is, you know, as I said, it's regrettable, but it's something that needs to be done. So we got a pyromancy for joining, and now I'm going to offer a bunch of humanity, and we're going to be doing this for a little while. So 10 humanity to reach the first level, and unfortunately we have to watch this little animation every time. Actually, I'm going to skip ahead to when I've offered all 30 humanity here, so I'll see you in just a moment. Alright, welcome back everyone. So here I'm offering the last of our 30 humanity. This will put us at level 3 in this covenant. So we get a new pyromancy, Chaos Storm. Again, doesn't really matter. We're not going to be using pyromancies. But, so if we look at our stats here... oh, sorry, it'll put us at Chaos Servant plus 2. I believe that's what we need. So, yeah, so we're at Chaos Servant plus 2 in this Covenant. That also will open a, I guess, a shortcut. But there's a path here that's blocked off, and it will only open if you are of a high rank in this particular Covenant. So here we are in the Demon Ruins. And I'm going to go ahead, we're going to proceed through this area a little bit. I am going to stick with our Divine weapon. I don't think it matters whether we use Divine or Occult here, so I'm not going to waste the time switching. Our two weapons do about the same damage, give or take. So we're actually going to head down to the bottom here. We cleared this area out earlier. We defeated a boss in this area. The Ceaseless Discharge is what its name was. And it was the source of a tremendous amount of heat and lava in this area. So by taking him out, a lot of the lava has cooled. Not all of it, clearly, but a lot of the lava. So we can walk around safely down here in this area. And I say safely in that we can walk on this rock safely. Not safe because it exposed a bunch of demons. So there are a bunch of creatures we have not encountered previously down here, except that we actually have encountered them. So these are... oh, wait. So these are kind of lesser forms of the boss that we fought earlier in the Undead Burg, the Taurus Demon. And unfortunately I pulled two of them, so this is going to be real ugly. I think our lightning should help a little bit, though. Just gotta avoid getting hit by their giant hammers. And if we only fight two, that's not bad. Oh man, these guys hurt. Oh, and apparently that counted as stepping in lava. Son of a gun. Alright. No big deal. Glad I spent those 30 humanity. We didn't really have much in the way of souls either, so... not a huge loss. I'm going to pick up those souls. I'd like to take on one of those guys if I can. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic here. Those Taurus demons are pretty nasty creatures, and there's a whole bunch of them down here. I believe they count as unique enemies, though, in that they won't respawn once we kill them. I'm pretty sure. So I'd like to take on, you know, just one of them. Just, you know, now it's more of a revenge quest than anything else. So we'll see. I'm going to switch over to Great Lightning Spear instead. Yeah. Normally it'd be pretty handy to be an archer, to have a bow and arrow, because bows can zoom. And they're much easier to aim manually. I think it switches over to... it doesn't switch to first person, but it zooms up, and they're just a lot easier to aim at a range. Whereas our current ranged weapon, current ranged attack, I guess, is the Lightning Spear, which is not very good for aiming when you don't have lock on. Oh boy. Alright, he's almost dead though. Yeah, there we go. So let's see how many souls these drop. 1,200, not bad. Also, I just remembered I have the wrong ring on. So, the Ring of Favor and Protection, which we gained after invading the world of the person who murdered the Firekeeper. It's kind of a mouthful to describe that guy. We picked up this ring. It boosts your HP, stamina, and maximum equipment load, which is fantastic. Those are 3 very important stats, and it raises them by quite a bit. But it breaks if you take the ring off. So if we equip it, basically we don't ever want to unequip it. I kind of like mixing and matching my rings, so I'm not going to go for that just yet. Or maybe ever, I haven't decided. For now, I really like having the ring that boosts poise, and as always, I really, really enjoy having the ring that boosts item drop rate from enemies. So here we go. Off on the right there, I don't know if you can see it, the orange bleed effect on the screen from all this lava is kind of irritating. But, yeah, so the Taurus Demon isn't the only demonic boss who shows up here in normal minion form. Capra Demons are also going to show up. We're going to run into a bunch of these guys. Yeah, these guys are also going to be tough customers. Luckily, these guys don't have that much health, and they're a bit easier to hit than the Taurus Demons. So yeah, we're going to have a few more of those fights coming up here. Unfortunately, it's on a fairly narrow path, so we're going to have to be pretty careful fighting these guys. Yeah, and there's holes in the path too, like that where we can fall. Alright. Hopefully, I can get at a decent range, and I can pick them off with my Great Lightning Spear. Yeah, so we can see there's a whole host of them up ahead there. There's what, three on the right, 2 more here on the left, side by side. There's a giant, creepy, spidery-looking monster hanging on the side of the wall there. It looks like petrified or something. Yeah, this is another area with a really interesting, like really cool-looking environment. The ruins and all the lava and the fire and everything. Can I just get one of you to come? Not both. There's a rockworm. There's a bonfire just down and to the right. If I actually roll off here, I think I can get to it. But I'd like to get down there the legitimate way if I can. Alright, let's see if I can just deal with one of these guys. Of course, geometry of the pillar blocks my lane. There we go. Oh, I can do that too. Oh, and I missed also. Well. There we go. Yeah, that lightning really, really helps us out here. Makes a fantastic opener for fights like this. Alright, come on, buddy. There we go. That's what I meant to do to the last one. Yeah, same thing again here. I would love to only fight one of them if I can. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad they all seem to be doing the exact same thing. They're pretty easy to dispatch, and in fact, we're only getting 800 souls per kill from these guys, which is not as much as we were getting from killing like the giants back in Anne Orlando and whatnot. So, something to keep in mind. Come on. There we go. Yep, I really like using this bigger sword as a weapon. It does a lot more damage. It's a bit unwieldy. If you miss an enemy, you're wide open, that's for sure. But still, pretty good weapon. And the Claymore handles about the same. It has a few differences. Its strong attack is a thrust, where he pokes it forward. You know, just a little bit more utility in the Claymore, but generally they're about the same, these two weapons. Alright, we have another new enemy coming up here. Alright, let's take the stairs. Don't want to fall off there. Yeah, so these rock statue things, these guys breathe fire. They're also not very tough. That fire attack is really nasty, though, if you get caught in it. And the reason that those enemies are maybe a little tricky to deal with is because they start out in statue form, and there are areas where there are a lot of these statues, and some of them are just that boring, plain statues that don't come to life and breathe fire. Whereas some of these guys will come to life and ambush you. So, kind of makes you paranoid when you run into those areas later on. Now, let's see. We're going to have to be super slow and careful in this area. There's some really, really nasty critters. Yeah, you can see here's one of those statues that, looks like it's not going to attack us. Alright, these are really, really horrible new enemies as well, these giant worms. They have, I believe, a bite attack where they can just snap you up and eat you. Really, really gross. But worse than that, they can spew acid, which will destroy your equipment. And that's probably the worst thing that can happen to you in this game. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us. Alright, so we have a bonfire here. This is our new checkpoint here for while we're exploring this area ahead. Means we are going to have to fight these statues again. Yeah, see, that one came off his pedestal. There is an item right here. Yeah, there's that creepy bug thing I was talking about that's petrified climbing up the wall. His little head was poking over the edge there. The other thing about these statues is that you are very often going to end up fighting more than one at a time. The game does like to throw them at us in groups. Again, they're pretty easy to take out, so they're not a huge problem. You do got to be careful, because if you get surrounded or you don't see them coming, their fire breath can do a lot of damage. Now there's... Yep, okay. I was just going to say there's a Taurus demon up ahead who we're going to pull towards us. I'd like to fight him. We're going to try to fight him on these stairs if we can, so that I can get under his attacks like that when possible. Okay, he needs to stop doing that. I'm taking him all on the shield, though, so that's okay. Oh, man. For some reason, my character is just not dodging. I want him to. Oh, man. Oh, we're not dead. Don't know how we're not dead, but we're not dead. Alright, let's see. Oh, and I got caught up in the geometry there. That's unfortunate. Oof. Now, I believe this guy is going to respawn, so every time we rest at the bonfire or die, I'll let you guess which one of those I think is more likely in this area. Every time we come back to the bonfire, or cause all the other enemies to respawn, I believe that Taurus demon is also going to respawn, which is unfortunate. He's a bit of a nuisance. There's another one over here to the left, down below. There's actually a bunch of them off to the left. I believe that way is a fire ember for upgrading weapons down a fire path, making them fire elemental. Which we're using holy weapons, so that doesn't really matter. There's also, yep, there's another one of our worms. So it took 2 great lightning spears to take down the worm. I'm curious to know how many regular lightning spears it can take. Okay, also 2, so that's good. I'm going to use this attack instead. Those worms are a creature that you absolutely want to take it. You absolutely want to fight from range. You never, ever, 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 ever want to get within melee distance of those worms. And when I say melee distance, I mean their melee distance, not ours. They have a longer range than you. I think that other Taurus demon's going to come attack me now. I think I got too close to him. Maybe? Okay, good, he's backing off. So I took down those statues. So here's a fog wall already. This is actually the area boss, and I absolutely do not want to fight him yet. He's a real tough boss. There is an item over here being guarded by a Capra demon. So we should be able to just come over here and get this without too much trouble. I forget if another worm shows up over here or not. I believe one might. I'm far more terrified of those worms than anything else in this area. Alright. Leading off with a regular lightning spear this time, so we're going to see... Oh boy. I thought I was out of range for that attack. Oh no! Oh, son of a gun. Ooh, dodged it. Good. Oh. And of course, still have the miracle, or the talisman equipped. Let's see if this works. Ah, that worked. Alright. It's a bit of a cheap tactic, but, hey, took him out. I was having a surprising amount of trouble fighting that guy. Alright, let's see what our prize is for all that. Probably going to be something silly, like some souls or something. Yeah, another soul item. Okay. No big deal. Every little bit helps in this game. So, as I said, I don't really want to fight the boss yet. But I do want to explore down here. So let's see, there's an item off to the right there. What do you say? Try plunging attack. I don't see anything worth plunging down on over there. Alright, awesome. Did a roll. Although that feels like it was a foolish idea. Yeah. Well, that hurt. Could have been worse, though. I am still alive. Yeah, so just some tree roots and things. This is the path that you could actually take to get down here. This big old, thick, winding route. I don't know if we missed any items other than the one just up and to the left here that we clearly did not get. I don't know that there's anything else up here. There might be. Might be worth exploring. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to get that then. It felt like it wasn't letting me run up on the dirt behind the pillars there. I don't know if that's just I wasn't trying hard enough or what, because there's got to be a way to get that item. Alright, I'm going to try it again here. Let's hope this works out. I have no idea what that item is over there, by the way. I'm just curious. There we go. Yeah, I was just caught up on that little ledge there or something. It didn't want to let me up here. Alright, Soul of a Brave Warrior. Let's see if we can land on the route. Nope. Nope. Definitely not. That's okay, though. So this is going to be our destination here. We're after these little creatures. These silly little bugs that are hopping around here. Our real destination is on the other side of this. So this door, this is the door that is sealed and will only open after you've gotten to Chaos Servant +2. So this is the purpose for why we joined that covenant. You're probably the one that I'm after. No? Is this what I'm after? I'm after one of these bugs. One of these bugs drops an item. There it was. That was it. So that bug drops the Sunlight Maggot, which is a very appealing... Oh no. I gotta kill that little lizard. No! Ah, son of a gun. Oh well, no big deal. That guy would have dropped Twinkling Titanite, maybe some Titanite shards for us. So this is the shortcut. Now the problem is... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh well, the problem is there's a big old creepy demon guarding this very narrow bridge. It doesn't have any guards on the side, so... Oh yeah, and then there's a new enemy that we're going to be running into down there. They look kind of like T-Rex torsos, minus the T-Rex head. We'll be dealing with those guys later. Actually, I don't have any other reason to be down here. So that Sunlight Maggot is what we were after. It will help us get through the Tomb of Giants. So the Tomb of Giants is going to be our next goal. Again, I tried and failed to get into that area a long, long time ago. Hopefully, this will be my chance to actually succeed. So yeah, Tomb of Giants, that's going to be our next goal in the next video. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.